I have one more question that I recall from your book. I have a couple of bookmarks here. It's further down into the book, and I always giggle when I see this chapter, scoring points.
Oh, it's such a good
Right?
chapter.
It's I chuckle because it's a laugh of recognition, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna hack it up, but basically, couples, there's a scoreboard, and not only is there a scoreboard, but men and women score differently,
Yes.
and they have different values. And tennis is 15, 30, 40 game. Ping pong
Love,
might be
love
1,
30.
2, love 30, right? All that. And ping pong is like 1, 2, 3. It goes by one. Just share with us a little bit about that. And, in all seriousness, it's an important thing to understand values and core values and core virtues of what is acknowledged, what's appreciated, and the signals we get on what we're doing in harmony of having this soulmate.
Okay, two things you just talked about. One is scoring points, how we score points differently. And some people they don't think they score points. It's all just unconditional. But, the unconditional part of a marriage is I'm willing to find forgiveness if we can rebuild trust. Okay, it's forgiveness is the unconditional part of it, but it's a conditional relationship. I do things for her that make her happier. She feels happier and does things for me that make me happier. And it's reciprocal. If somebody's just sitting back and receiving, if the man's just receiving, which typically happens, the woman's going to resent you after a while. And so what happens is women have this nature to overgive. Men have a tendency to overreceive. And if you overgive to a man, think about you have a man who comes to work and you say, don't do anything. I'll just give you more money every time you do less. You're going to do less. So you can't overgive to a man. What you have to do is learn how to give him the opportunity to give you more. You have to give him the opportunity to give you more. Because if I feel successful, my wife is happy, I feel great. Men want to please women. Men stop wanting to please women when women are not pleased by us. If I can't get paid, then I don't care about this job. So,
Right.
so the good thing about scoring points is a simple concept, which I saw to be true. And so many millions of women agree with it. Some women have to experience it before they'll agree with it. But it is every act of love on Venus, every act of love, big or small, has the same effect. It's an act of love. And men think a big act of love should have a much bigger effect than a little act of love. And they don't realize women's biology is you give her 50 roses, she's going to get a spike of estrogen. Oh, it feels so good. And those roses will die and the spike is gone. Okay. Or give her 1 rose or 3 roses, you're going to get the same spike of estrogen. And if she isn't somewhat happy already inside her heart, you can give her 50 roses or 1 rose. It's going to do nothing. It's like when a woman's estrogen, when she's pretty much happy in her life, she's got 1 set of glasses. But if she's not happy in her life, she gives you no points. She's got another set of glasses on.
Right.
So but what I can do, which the wisdom of man, if a woman is feeling empty and depleted, unable to love or stress, I can do lots of little things and it will build up. It's like she has a love bank. I'm just filling it a little bit, filling it a little bit, filling it. And what would that be? I call them biohacks, biohacking love, which is doing little things for her. 4 hugs a day, unsolicited hugs. You run after her. She's going to bed. Oh, honey, before you go to bed, let me give you a hug. That's a point for running. You get a point for noticing she left the room, a point for running after her, a point for giving her the hug if it's done properly. Again, the proper hug.
And if it's in front of your mother-in-law, do you get another full point for that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Give her a rose. Right. If she works in an office and you bring roses to her office, you get extra points for that. Somebody comes along and says, oh, where'd you get the roses? Oh, my husband brought. Every time she can brag for you, you're getting another point. When you plan a date a week in advance, the whole week, she's looking forward to that. He has no idea. He thinks on Friday night, I'll just tell her, what do you like to do? I'll do whatever you want. That's not scoring points. Scoring points is let's talk about what would you like to do, what I'd like to do, and then make the decision, men, to do what she'd like to do. Okay, that's the key. You're doing what she'd like to do. You organize it. She looks forward to it. Every day she's looking forward to that date. You get a point, you get a point, you get a point. Vacations, plan them in advance. Take lots of pictures on a vacation because she can show them to friends. When she shows the pictures, you get points at that time. So it's understanding the accumulating little things builds up a woman's estrogen levels. And at a certain point, then all those little things actually build romantic feelings. So that's the key, is keep her in the romantic zone where she is turned on by you, because there's lots of little things that you do. That fills, we might say, her love bank account, so that when you don't do things right, it's not like she withholds it all. Okay. She'll take back a
Right.
little bit, but you've got
Right.
plenty, it's like writing a check and you emptied your account a little bit, but she's still got plenty there. So this is what men can understand about women. And when they don't, men think unnecessarily. They think no matter what I do, can't make her happy. No,
They go they go to the ineffective scoring system.
that's right. That's right. He
Yeah.
thinks I did all this. I got that
Right.
big check. That should be worth 6 months of points, whatever it was. And on
Right.
an emotional level, the check is a requirement. And if she
Yeah.
depends on him for money, then it has an effect. But it's the little things that create the romantic feelings. And if she's already making money, then your check means nothing. It neutralizes out. Then you're basically focusing on the emotional support you give. And when I say that, I even hesitate to think, you know, some men think, oh, the emotional support I give is talk about my feelings. No, that's not emotional support. That's you getting emotional support from her. You score points when you
Right.
do things for her, when you listen to her,
Right.
when you validate her feelings, when you care about her. There's so many subtleties there. And a woman has to recognize she's a part of that. She can't expect a man to do it all without her help. So how does she help? She gives him the opportunity to help her, which means she has to ask for things. So
Right.
another
Make
biohack
requests.
another biohack, great one, is every day in the relationship, as an ideal, not that to be perfect, but she raises her hand at a moment, which is 5 fingers, to say, I'm going to make a request now. We've already agreed to do this, where I'm going to make a request of something I could easily do for myself, but I'm going to ask you to do it for me. It takes less than 5 minutes. And in order to keep my estrogen up, you're going to be so happy to do it, like you're a genie in the bottle. Your wish is my command. And you have an immediate response. Even if you're feeling a little annoyed, like you're having to stop to do something, you pretend like you're not. You just immediately respond with a big yes and do whatever she's asked you to do. And it will take less than 5 minutes. I've not yet a man who won't be happy to do that once I've explained this is the best foreplay you could ever have. So he just has to understand this dynamic. Otherwise, so many times a woman would ask a man to do something. He's like, well, I'll get it later, or I'm busy right now, or
Yeah.
I've got to do this. And that's like rejecting. It's hard enough for women to ask for more. But what they end
Yeah.
up doing, if they can't ask for more and get it, is they start this feeling of, I have no support. And then they start complaining. Complaining is counterproductive in relationships. Keep in mind that every complaint is really a disguised request. So start learning how to ask for more in small increments, which will allow you to appreciate, because one point is like, doesn't matter. You done something big, something little. So ask for something little and you'll start experiencing more estrogen. These are just a few of the different biohacks that I talk about in this book, Beyond Mars and Venus, which will help couples to understand the many ways that they can use their relationship to achieve hormonal balance. And the same knowledge for single people or dating people can help them on their dates learn how to provide the hormonal support to become more attractive to the opposite sex and to be more fulfilled, so you can get on the right ground to have a relationship grow if it's possible. So these are
Yeah.
this is tools we need today, because in a sense, we're at a crisis point where women are way on their male side, how to come back to their female side. And sometimes you need to have somebody inspire you, because a lot of women just say, I don't even need a man. What do I need a man for? And
Yeah.
if we look at one of the reasons why many women feel, what do I need a man for, is 60% of the children growing up in America do not have a father in the home. So you don't even know what benefits you could get from having a man, or
Yeah.
you don't have a mother who knows how to pull those benefits out of a man. It's kind of like right now you can get all these government grants for things, but you have to learn how to write the grant. It's like all this money is available. Well, same thing
Right.
with men. You have to learn how to write the grants. We can't just expect men to know, because women have changed. What it takes to make a relationship work today is different than historical times. So we can do it. We can figure it out. And these books
Yeah.
can help us to do that.